Welcome back, everyone. It's another episode of the Cheltenham Roar. The flat season has finished and the national hunt season is back. I thought long and hard over the few months if I was going to do this again, but the joys of the national hunt season and the good responses I got last year have pushed me to keep going. So here I am. I'm back again. We will be linking up with Dave. So massive credit to Dave last year for helping me out. We will be linking up with Dave to get his suggestions for the Irish Raiders. But today I'll be doing it by myself and I'll be giving you some suggestions of what I think as well. So looking back at Cheltenham back in March, on a British perspective, it wasn't great for us. We didn't really have that many horses that were even competitive, really, let alone winning. I think we had about 4 wins and the rest went to Ireland. So it wasn't good for us, but a lot of trainers are coming back into form this year. Philip Hobbs, Colin Tizard, David Pipe, Nicky Henson even. He's got some good winners at the moment. They're all coming back now, so hopefully we'll have a lot more stronger Arsenal this year to take on the Irish Raiders. And hopefully get some pride back that we definitely lost last year. So big congratulations to Henry de Bromhead. What a year he had last year. And Rachel Blackmore literally winning all the major honours. So no doubt that he's going to have a strong crop this year. Obviously, Willie Mullins speaks for himself. And Gordon's back after the ban. So seeing the Irish gave us a bit of a thumping, I thought the best way to do the first episode would be to do my top 5 Irish horses to follow. So what I do is I'll share with you 5 of my horses that I think that will have a great chance or will do well over the course of the season and have a great chance at Cheltenham. And you can agree with me, you can disagree with me, but what I do is I'll share my opinion with you guys on these horses and we'll see where we are. So first of all, we'll start with my top 5 horses to follow from Ireland. My first selection is a horse that just lost at Cheltenham, went up against its stablemate and just got pipped by nose. And that is Ellie May for the mare's mare's chase. Like I say, she was back to win that last year. We all thought she was going to win it. Tony Mullins even said that last year that race between Allaho was probably the strongest race of the year, and that's proved with Allaho what that horse did in the Ryanair, that Ellie May is a phenomenal horse. And I personally think this year she's going to come back and she's going to take her crown back. Get the crown, because last year was the first race of the mare's chase, wasn't it? So I think it will stay at the Willie Mullins yard. I think it will go to Ellie May in the J.P. McManus honours. There is a few other horses that are coming through. Don't get me wrong. We'll put the catalogue come down here this route because it failed, or I respect that horse will definitely go down the champion chase and hopefully regain the title for Henry de Bromhead. That is not for myself, but yeah, there's definitely some mares coming through that I can definitely look at and see other options. But I think Willie Mullins will have this horse primed this year and won't have any competition from a fellow Willie Mullins horse. So yes, my first selection for the mare's chase is Ellie May. Moving on to my second selection, that is Blazing Khal for Charles Byrnes for the Albert Bartlett. This horse ran the other day at Cheltenham and it run very well, 2 miles 5 grade 2. I believe this horse will only get better the further it goes, and I think it's perfect for Albert Bartlett. Came off the bridle about 3 or 4 out, and it just kept staying. So these are sort of horses that you want to see in the Albert Bartlett, these staying types. You know what I mean? Not the prettiest horses, but the ones that can keep going and going and going and grind out a victory. And he must have done something good for me last year because it was in my tracker. And I can't remember why it was in my tracker, but it must have done something to catch my eye. Maybe I backed a horse and it beat it. So I thought, you know what? I'll keep this tracked on. But I honestly think Blazing Khal is going to be a competitor in the Albert Bartlett. At the moment, I can't really see anything else that I fancy, that I know that's going to be there, and at the odds as well, Blazing Khal is definitely very good and a very firm option for that. So yeah, come to the Albert Bartlett. I can see Charles Byrnes bringing over Blazing Khal and Blazing Khal winning at Cheltenham once more. My third choice is Gaillard de Mesnil, Willie Mullins for the Browns Advisory, formerly known as the RSA. I know what you're going to say. He's obviously got Galloping de Champs in there as well. And there is a possibility this horse might go over the Marsh trip because it ran in the Ballymore last time out at Cheltenham when it came second, I believe, to Bob Ollinger. That's a good horse. So will Willie Mullins try and take Bob on again? With Gaillard de Mesnil, I personally think this horse needs further, and I personally think this horse would be perfect for the Browns. 3 miles, very well. I think it's probably going to be too quick. Bob Ollinger will be too quick for Gaillard de Mesnil in the Marsh, and there's not much that I can see rivaling Bob Ollinger in the Marsh, probably apart from one horse, which we'll get onto later. So yeah, I think I think they should step him up in trip, and I think it'll bring the best out of him. He lacked pace. He just got lacked for pace, I think, in the Ballymore last year. So yeah, I think they're going to step him up in trip. They might even have two runners. You might even see Patrick on this and Townsend on Galloping des Champs. That's my third selection. So going to my fourth selection, I'll be looking at Kilcruit for the Supreme. Now, this is definitely one horse that caught everyone's eye when it won the race at the Dublin Racing Festival in February, when it just literally cantered around the corner and just shot off down the home straight. Nothing could catch it. Very surprising that it didn't win the bumper at Cheltenham, but once again, Rachel Blackmore gave the horse that did win it, Sir Gaillard, one hell of a ride, and I think she caught them napping and Kilcruit couldn't do much more. Now, Sir Gaillard is with Willie Mullins, and Kilcruit is with Willie Mullins, so he's more than likely going to split them up. And even though I don't really, you got to take a bit of pinch of salt what they say at the stable tour, because it could all change. To be honest, they're going to separate them. They reckon Kilcruit is more of the Supreme, and they reckon Sir Gaillard is more of the Ballymore. Looking at the Supreme, look at the contenders. There is a few English raiders that I think will give Kilcruit a very, very good race. We don't know what John Bond's going to be like. That could be a horse to look at. I did like I Am Maximus, but first time out didn't show me much really. Very, very green. Never know, might come on for the ride, and there could be some other ones hanging about waiting for him. But like I say, you've also got Henry and Gordon that could have some horses for that race as well. So I honestly think Kilcruit, in the same colours as Appreciate, will have the best chance from Ireland of winning the Supreme this year. And we all know Willie Mullins loves this race and always has horses primed for this race. So my last selection on my top 5 that I would say you're going to have the best chance or ones to follow from Ireland. You have to leave this horse till last because she's probably the best horse in training at the moment. She deserves all the applause that she gets given, and she's just a wonderful mare that needs clapping and saluting, and that is the legend, which is Honeysuckle. I have to put Honeysuckle up as my main choice because I just can't see this horse being beat. The champion hurdle contestants, as you say, yeah, there's no one there to rival her, is there, really? If you think about it, the field is weak, the suggestions are weak. She's claiming £7 as well, which is another argument, another discussion. But this horse with the class she has would probably beat all those horses without the £7. So taking the £7 off her back, it's only going to be better for her. So I honestly can't see anything beating her this year. I thought maybe Echoes in Rain might, but proved to me in the Morgiana that was never going to happen. And what we got? Abracadabras? No. Goshen? Never. Charger? Yeah, might get a place or something like that. But honestly, I can't see a single horse being Honeysuckle. She was an amazing horse last year and probably the year before that as well. And she's going to continue to win this crown once more and dominate Ireland and probably go for a whole season unbeaten. So she will be, I would say that will be probably her and Shishkin, touch wood, will be the two main horses this year from Ireland and from England. So they're my 5 main selections from Ireland. I did want to mention one horse that I haven't seen in the betting. I don't know if it's injured or not, but a bit of an outsider, a bit of a dark one. It could be anything, really. And that's French Aseel. Obviously, we saw this horse run, the juvenile, last year and won very, very well. It won that well that the Donnellys bought the horse in the famous black and yellow checkers and shipped it off to Willie Mullins. Didn't see it in the Supreme, not the Supreme, sorry, in the Triumph because of injury, and haven't heard anything back. And I can't see this horse in any of the the stable tours. So this could be a forgotten horse, which is still could be a class horse. Not tipping this horse for any race. I'm literally just putting it out there that this horse is still about, and this horse, I feel, we don't know. It could be anything. So have a look when this horse runs, and you never know, this horse could be a decent one to follow. Right, moving on. What are we doing is, because I believe that the anti-post market isn't the greatest at the moment. Okay, I think we've missed the boat. I think a few years ago, yeah, but I think a lot of people have cashed out from the bookies and they're not having it. So it's not a great time to anti-post. So the bets I like to do now are the each way trebles, where you pick 3 horses and they have to come in the top 3. They don't even have to win, and you can get some money for them. So I'm going to give you a treble, each way treble of Irish horses I think would have a great chance of coming in the top 3, which potentially would then win you money. So my selection for the Irish treble is this: Sharjah for the champion hurdle, currently at 12 to 1. Fakir Dudaries, Ryanair, 10 to 1. And latest exhibition for the Stayers hurdle at 12 to 1. So these horses don't need to win. They just need to come in the top 3. And if you put a £10 each way on this bet, if they all win, quid's in, you're going to get £19,000. But if they all place, you can walk away with £345.80. If you were to say Sharjah, is he got a great chance of placing? Yeah, he's not going to win. Honeysuckle's going to win. But Sharjah placed last 2 times. It's going to place. Fakadooderies placed last time. You know this horse will battle. And at Cheltenham always does. Always got a good chance of coming 2nd and 3rd. Maybe not winning it, but 2nd and 3rd, of course, always has a good chance. And latest exhibition. If this horse goes back to its Albert Bartlett form, this horse could win the Stayers. So having it in the top 3, you know what I mean? It could easily happen. This bet could easily happen. So this is the bet that I'm going to put on. Okay, so this is what I'm suggesting to people. That way that you only spend 20 quid and you could potentially win 345 quid. And I like the bet. I've won quite a few bets like this, and it's quite a nice bet to win. So putting the Irish to one side, we can move back on to the British. And I just wanted to name 2 horses that I'm going to have in my team this year. Okay, for my British selections. And I have to start with my favourite horse in training. At the moment, I am quite close. I feel quite close to this horse because I picked up on this horse straight away. After it's lost its bumper, it ran in the hurdles, and I picked it up straight away after that. And I spoke to the guys on the finishing line about it when I suggested it for the Supreme, but they decided not to go for the Supreme. And I think it was about 40 odds to 1 back then. And no one even thought this horse would be this horse. And so the fact that I saw the potential, and now the horse is going on to do so much things, and it's probably the best horse in Britain at the moment. I feel a sense of pride towards that, which is good. So my first selection is my Drogo for the Mass Chase. Look, we all know Bob Ollinger is one hell of a horse and could probably win and might probably win, but anything can happen. It's horse racing. It's jump racing. Anything can happen. And even though my Drogo didn't win its first time out, we all know it was going to, and a freak accident happened. Both horses did exactly the same. One stayed up, one didn't. And I still think this horse is a class above a hell of a lot we have in England at the moment. And it's definitely going to be the one flying the flag for us, I reckon, come Cheltenham time. It'll probably come out and smash its next novice chase. Hopefully, Harry can do better on these horses that he's doing at the moment. I think Harry is a good jockey, but I think he does make mistakes and he gets a bit eager sometimes, and he does ride the absolute hell out of the horses and gets the most out of them, and really he doesn't need to. He could be quite conservative and still win the race quite easy. I feel that he blew Shamblu's chances out the window last year. I think that Shamblu had a great chance of that race, but I think the fact he kicked on too late and we could argue the horse was too keen as well, that he lost it out in the end, and then Chantry House won it. So my Drogo is my first selection, and that's for the Mass Chase. The Mass Chase. Right. Second one for the Stayers Hurdle is Thyme Hill. We all know about this horse. Unfortunately, couldn't make it to Cheltenham last year because of injury, but then went on and battled to the line at Aintree. Excuse me. And yeah, won me a bit of money as well. So very happy with this horse. Probably the best hurdler, staying hurdler to come out of Britain last year. And very exciting horse. Obviously went over to France. Didn't like it. What are you going to do? Come back over here and he'll win. He's the best chance that Britain have for apart from my Drogo, probably is one of the best, probably the second best chance Britain have of winning. Apart from, of course, you got Shiskin as well, I suppose. Yeah. So as a hurdler, definitely the best shot we have. And yeah, you got latest exhibition, Classical Dream. Who knows about that horse? Paisley Park, I can't see that happening. You got the reigning champ Florent Porter. Don't get me wrong. And probably Cider Burley, who came second as well. These sort of horses will be up there at the front come the end, but I just can't get away with Thyme Hill and being a British selection. I have to do it, and I was putting them up last year as well. I have to continue with Thyme Hill because I think he's only going to get better. So that is my selection and my two for this episode. So that's my Irish top 5 and then 2 of my British selections. There's some great racing on this weekend as well. I do have 2 selections from this weekend. I'm all aboard the Bristol de May train. I think even though he's getting older, I know it's not ground he likes and he probably do a bit of a slog, but I'm all aboard the train. I want him to win most out of anything. I know Imperial Aura is in the race, and I do like that horse a lot, even though in the Ryanair, I don't know what happened, but Yeah, Bristol de May. My money be on Bristol de May, 100%. I know you got a plus Tard, but I'm not a believer that a plus Tard will win first out. You never know. Probably will. Henry will probably get him ready. But like I say, I like to go back and look at form, what's happened in the past. And to me, I think Bristol de May will win this. I don't think he'll win it comfortably. I think he'll just win it. I think he'll be ahead, and I think he'll just stay on by maybe a neck or something, just to stay on and win. I think Darryl will know what to do and will give it one hell of a ride. And my second suggestion is Lost in Translation at Ascot. I know that you have Dashel Drasher, Master Tommy Tucker, and Deffy DeSoy in this race, but I think the Tizard horses are coming back into form, and I do like this horse a lot. I have done in the past. Obviously, I think it's third in the Gold Cup. Came second to Deffy DeSoy in the Marsh, and won the Betfair as well. So it's got the class. You know what I mean? Out of all those horses, it's the classiest horse. Can't argue that. So obviously we know Colin Tizard's yard weren't firing at all. Literally nothing last year. So I think now having his form is being back, you never know, this could be the one that is back and is going to be the big winner for him kicking off the season. So yeah, my two selections this weekend are Bristol de May and Lost in Translation. So that's it for the first episode. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to continue to do this now leading up to Cheltenham. And hopefully next time we'll have Dave back. We can have a nice chat, see how he was, and see how he's getting on, and see what his suggestions are from Ireland. So once again, thank you very much for listening. My name's Woodsy. Fingers crossed for the weekend, and hopefully the British can get some winners. Take care.